China's illegal involvement in the illegal drug trade is a topic that NewsNation has been covering. Last week, we showed you all these alleged illegal marijuana grow farms in the state of Oklahoma that are allegedly backed by China. State officials say they're seeing an uptick of pot farms, with Chinese pot mafia buying up the land, harvesting the marijuana, and then sending all that money back home. Joining us now with more is Donnie Anderson. He's director of the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics. Donnie, great to have you on the show. First of all, since you're from Oklahoma, I just got to ask you, how big a deal are these alleged Chinese pot farms sweeping the state?
Well, it's been a problem here in Oklahoma probably since 2019, 2020, somewhere in that area, Elizabeth. But it is a huge problem. And it's not just marijuana, obviously. It is, as you said, it is directly related to the cartels. The Chinese criminal organizations is exactly who is laundering money for the cartels and have been probably around the area of 2017, 2018. And they're very, very good at laundering this money. The cartel was good at laundering money to begin with, but the Chinese criminal organizations are the best we've ever seen.
How do they launder 50 million bucks over a couple of years?
They do it very quickly, actually, and they're global, so they can move a large amount of money in minutes to where it's never been able to be done that before, from underground banking to even banks across the U.S. and across the world. But they move this money very, very quickly.
Experts say 97% of the chemicals used to make fentanyl come from China. They're made in China. And Congressman Richie Torres, in this new bipartisan bill, called China the central culprit behind the opioid epidemic. Is he right?
Yeah, the majority of all precursors used to manufacture methamphetamine, fentanyl, and the other synthetic drugs that we're seeing across the U.S. and here in Oklahoma, the nitazines, which is also a synthetic opioid, come from manufacturers from China to the cartels in Mexico to manufacture these products to disperse them globally.
And China is not only doing nothing to stop the production and the sale of these chemicals to the Mexican cartels, they're actually incentivizing it, according to members of Congress.
Well, China absolutely controls anything and everything that comes in and out of their country. So would you be very naive to say that the government isn't aware that this is going on? They're aware. I do think there's talks. I think there's negotiations going on where they're trying to do some things, maybe take some actions to help improve what's going on. But there's absolutely zero reason, even if the Chinese government thinks that this is a United States problem, which, yes, we do have a drug problem, but that don't minimize what you're doing. Meaning, don't say it's okay for me to send chemicals to the cartel, knowing that they're killing people and knowing that everything that the cartel does to begin with kills people, from extortion to human trafficking, sex trafficking. Don't minimize that, and don't say that's okay. It can be stopped. Absolutely, it can be stopped. It should be a part of what the Chinese government does, and then again, what we have to do at our own borders.
Back in November, President Biden and President Xi had this big hullabaloo. Lots of attention went to this meeting, this summit that the two of them had in San Francisco. And Xi promised Biden that he would crack down on the fentanyl chemicals. And for about 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, according to experts, we saw the supply sort of dwindle down. And then all of a sudden, it just came back. It was like in the end, it was meaningless.
Yeah, it's not something that can only happen for a few weeks or even a few months. It's something that has to take place, and it needs to take place now. It needs to stay in effect through eternity. Why are we producing these chemicals to begin with? When I say we, I don't mean here in the U.S., I mean China. Why is the Chinese government even allowing these manufacturers, even though they're saying they don't have the drug problem, why are they allowing it to happen if they really care what's going on globally? Because it's not just the U.S. Yes, the U.S. has a huge problem, but this is globally. The Europe's having the same problems or similar problems that we're having, and it's from these precursors that are coming from China.
Yeah. Well, the number of people dying of drug overdoses almost quadrupled between 2016 and 2021. Nothing kills more young Americans. Disease, guns, car crashes, war. Nothing kills young Americans more than opioids.
Absolutely. And if you look we know from January of 2021 to January of 2022, over 107,000 Americans perished from a drug overdose. And out of those fatal drug overdoses, over 80,000 of those were linked to an opioid. And out of that 80,000, over 71,000 was from a synthetic opioid, meaning precursors that come from China to the cartel to the U.S. That's what's going on.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.